Hello everyone. So this is the core out of that Centurion, and you can't push it out, and it has no a crimp around there. But this pin, I thought of two. First, I was going to try to think of a non-destructive. Whoa! Let me stop dropping the camera. A non-destructive entry into it, and then a destructive entry. So the destructive entry would be to grind off the top of this right here until you get that plug, and then tap it and put a cap screw in there. But when I was looking through here, I noticed that the upper portion of that they had tried when they had drilled. I guess they had the core in there at the same time because there was part of the metal coming down. So I just put my pick in here and I basically broke that, and then I push up, and if you see when I push up, I've got the core cleared. So that's a non-destructive way. Basically, as you can see, you can see the core starting to come out. So if you get one of these, and I didn't even use a drill, all I used was this pick. There was like 3 fingers of metal coming down, and I just put this pick up here and levered until it went pop, and then there was a hole there, and that allowed me to get to that pin, and I could push it up enough that it'll recess, and now all I need is a follower in here, and this guy will come right out. So that's a non-destructive way of getting it, in case you ever get one of these locks and you want to change it out. Looking for a small enough follower. I don't know where all my goodies are hiding. I think I've got him occupied in another lock. Oh no! What will we do? Get this guy open here and see if we can find somebody that will work. You are too small, but I've got a battery. I think a AA battery, a AAA battery might work, yes. So we'll put the old... Whoa! There went the camera again. Keep knocking things over. There we go. Hope nobody gets seasick on this one. So basically I'm just gonna shim it. Not even shim it, I'm just gonna shove it. Ooh, somebody shot through. That was that little spring. Yeah, I've got a spring right there. I probably should have shimmed it. Oh, there went another. Oh, I got my key pins falling out the bottom. Blimey. I didn't rotate it like I should have. And you can't rotate it too far because of these cutouts here. See all that? These damn hollow cores. But I got somebody stuck. So, we'll pull this guy out. Watch all these goodies come flying out. Ew, there went one. So that's a little core retainer. Get over here, you little totally trashed out picking surface here. Losing springs left and right, but that's alright. Now, well, there's a little standard pin that fell out. Well, that's a key pin. Right. Well, we'll just keep coming back until things keep falling out. No, I'm hung up on somebody. I believe one of my guys got caught up in the... Right, my key's in here too. It's trapped. There we go. Get out of there, key. Sort this mess out here. What kind of a mess have you made of this? I've made a big mess of it. I didn't want to make a little mess. I made a big mess. Right, I think we need a pick here to straighten this out. I believe we can get this, given enough time and effort. Let's create a new shear line, shall we? Alright, so I'm down to one pin messing with me. There we go. Got him hung up in there, and I've got another pin hung up. Pins hung up everywhere. Well, I think I'll turn the camera off and fiddle with this, but you get the general idea. It is possible to do this. Just be prepared for stuff flying all over the place. So, I hope everyone's doing alright. And I will make another video of this when I got it all sorted out. Alright, this is going to be a little shaky and handheld, but there's that solid brass core that they're talking about. It's not solid at all. It's been hollowed out as much as they can. But when they were drilling this hole right here, you know, this last hole right there, they left some metal. I mean, the hole wasn't completely open, but they left little pieces of metal there, and it was pretty shallow. I think you can see the edge over there on the end of it, where I just broke that off, and then I was able to get my pick in from the back side and lift this up and start the core. The pins are just cast pins. That's the only reason why you might get some kind of spool effect is they're just badly formed pins. Badly cast. There's, you know, little lumps on them and they're uneven. So, one of the things that you can do to improve this is, guess what? An ace core or an American lock core will fit in there and actuate this lock. So you would get a solid core lock in there. You know, that's one way you can just instantly beef up the security of it. While you're putting it in there, you can drop in an anti-bypass wafer. And then you've got yourself a pretty good lock for the price. I just happen to have this one lying around. This is that one that Steel Pinnings rebuilt the... Let me pull this key out. I'm doing everything one-handed. He rebuilt the warding. Oh, that one almost got my leg. This big-ass lock almost got me in the foot. But this was the one that I had drilled out when I broke a key in there. And he rebuilt the warding. And you can see the security pins sitting right in there. That one's serrated. So that's one way you can beef that sucker up pretty quick. And then all you'd have to worry about is if somebody's got one of these. This is the Sparrow's American bypass tool. At the same time, I got the Abus one, and it's that stupid dipped handle stuff, and this thing spins freely. I mean, I'm going to have to take it apart, build my own handle, but I would recommend going with Peterson's on the bypass driver, at least on that. The American one, it looks like they made it out of solid plastic, and they toughened it up a little bit. But the Abus one is still out of that thermoplastic, and I don't know what they've got in there trying to hold it, but it doesn't, the wire spins freely. The main part of the pick is basically, you know, the shape of the head and everything, so I'll either contact them and tell them to get me another one, or I'll just modify this one. So there you go, there's the Centurion saga. It's going to change here in a little bit. Let me see if I can do this guy one-handed and see it. I don't think I didn't put a anti-bypass in there, but this is an American core. This guy doesn't want to wiggle in there. Jam him in there. It's acting like it wants to do the actuator. Oops. Nope. I'm not getting any luck out of it. No, I got it kind of jammed in there. Give me that back. Give me that back. Right. So, I'll turn this off while I go retrieve this. But there you go. The lock has improved a little bit. Now it's biting my bypass driver.